and this message is on my mind, so I'm going to make a quick video, very impromptu, still in my pajamas, got equipment all around me. I want to talk about why some of you don't seemingly get success with manifestation in your reality. And for some of you, it's because you're still trying to reason and make sense of the 3D around you. And by make sense, I don't mean that when we're trying to discover what beliefs we may or may not have. I mean, for example, let's say you're manifesting a specific person and you want to hear from that person, so you keep telling yourself, they're going to call today, they're going to call today, or they're going to text today, they're going to text today. And don't get me wrong, affirming that isn't an issue, but it's how you're thinking that matters. Because if that text or call doesn't manifest, your logical side will come in and tell you, see, this isn't real. See, manifestation doesn't work. And then add that fear of the unknown to the equation. So the logical side of you, that seems more trustworthy. That makes more sense, especially if you've been hurt before. It's easy to believe the logical side of you. It is. Until you get into some kind of a habit of knowing that you can trust in the unseen. But my suggestion, if any of you out there are feeling this way and are frustrated, maybe you're not seeing movement in the 3D, outside of the obvious with states of consciousness. If you're the version of self that thinks that nothing's happening, that's the version of self you are, so therefore that's the reality. But even outside of that, stop telling yourself that it's going to happen today. Stop putting that weight on your shoulders. Again, for some of you out there, there's nothing wrong with manifesting at a tight crunch. There's nothing wrong really with saying the affirmation. It's going to happen today. Nothing wrong with that. But if you're allowing that to then be a reason to seemingly give up on manifestation because you kept saying it was going to happen today and then it didn't, only because reality was reflecting who you really are, and perhaps that text or call happening today isn't the unfolding of you getting your full manifestation. So don't say that anymore. Don't use the time, the linear time. Don't say today. Take a break from saying that and let reality unfold. Because it's never because manifestation isn't working. Manifestation is flawless. It's absolutely perfect. And it does always work because it is always reflecting you. Reality might not make sense sometimes. And I know that's frustrating. I found it frustrating. But I found that when I would let go of the 3D, literally let go of it and just live life, telling myself who I am. And again, not from the aspect of, well, nothing's going to happen today. I don't mean it like that. I just mean I'm not going to be upset if nothing happens today because I know something will happen. Well, I was willing to do whatever it took to get what I wanted. And I knew letting go of reality was one of the biggest, most important parts of this. Some of you are expecting this to fail because you're used to things not working out. You're probably the person that should stop saying he's going to text today, he's going to text today, he's going to text today. Especially if it upsets you if that text doesn't come. Remember, Neville Goddard and a plethora of other mystics continuously say, drop the 5 senses, stop trying to apply logic to your unfolding. Because sometimes things won't make sense. Sometimes things will look so opposite of what you want that there's a better chance that it's going to appear like nothing's working or nothing's changing. And that's sincerely not what is happening. So if you're struggling because you keep saying things to yourself like, I'm going to hear from him today. I'm going to hear from her today. This is going to happen today. And then when it doesn't, you're so disappointed. Start by breaking the habit of being your old self by no longer saying that, the today. Yes, we want to expect good things to happen for us all the time. Of course we do. But not if we're going to beat ourselves up at the end of the day if what we think should happen didn't happen. That doesn't mean manifestation wasn't happening. That just means the unfolding looks a little different than what you have your heart set on. Meaning getting that text, getting that call. Things are always moving. Always. Even when you think nothing's moving, it is. And the sooner you detach from reality, and I know that sounds cuckoo, I know it does, but the sooner you do, the sooner you get back to living while being in the mindset that you are your new self, the sooner change is going to come. Drop the senses. Faith in oneself, which asks no man's help, but quietly and alone appropriates the consciousness of the quality desired, and in spite of reason or the evidence of his senses to the contrary, continues faithful, patiently waiting in the knowledge that his unseen claim, if sustained, must be realized. Such faith develops a courage and strength of character that are beyond the wildest dreams of the undisciplined man whose faith is in the thing seen. The stronger man is the man who keeps his faith despite what his five senses tell him. Have the faith in the unseen. No matter what the wisdom of man might suggest or the evidence of his senses convey, if such suggestions and ideas are not in keeping with that which he hears, he remains unmoved. It's just countless examples after another. After assuming the consciousness of the thing desired, he will be convinced that it is so, and he will feel and know that he is that which he has consciously appropriated, even though it is not yet confirmed by his senses. One day man will become so identified with his conception that he will know it to be himself, and he will declare, I am. I am that which I desire to be. I am that I am. He will find that as he does so, he will begin to embody his desire. Let man once recognize that his consciousness is a prophet who breathes life into all that he is conscious of being. He will close the door of his senses against his problem and fix his attention solely on that which he desires, knowing that by so doing, his desires are certain to be realized. I could keep going on. There's 198 examples of blocking your senses. Let us follow the example of Jesus, who realized as man he could do nothing to change his present picture of lack. He closed the door of his senses against his problem and went to his Father, the one to whom all things are possible. Having denied the evidence of his senses, he claimed himself to be all that. A moment before, his senses told him he was not. Knowing that consciousness expresses its likeness on earth, he remained in the claimed consciousness until the doors, his senses, opened and confirmed the rulership of the Lord. Remember, I am is Lord of all. Never again use the will of man, which claims I will be. Be as resigned as Jesus and claim I am that of what you're manifesting. Instead of fighting against the evidence of the senses, you claim yourself to be that which you desire to be. As your attention is placed on this claim, the doors of the senses automatically close against your former master, that which you were conscious of being. As you become lost in the feeling of being that which you are now claiming to be true of yourself, the doors of the senses once more open, revealing your world to the perfect expression of that which you are conscious of being. Hello. How many more examples do you need me to read? Just because your five senses are telling you your manifestation isn't here yet doesn't mean that it won't be. Who are you claiming to be? If you are claiming to be a version of yourself based off of what your five senses tell you, that's why your world looks the way it does. Don't allow the 3D, your five senses, to dictate to you which version of self you're choosing. Be the you that has, or at minimum, the you that you know will have whatever it is you're manifesting. So on that note, remember, detach from reality. We're trying to break the habit of being ruled by our senses. So on that note, I'll see you tomorrow.